Yes, thank you for investing in this email super affiliate checklist. My goal with this checklist is to make sure that every email super affiliate campaign you run goes smoothly. For that to happen, you need clarity. And the reason clarity is often so difficult to achieve when you're promoting affiliate products online is because, first off, there's many things you could be doing, but there's also this element of plate spinning. You may be familiar with the situation where you're trying to get many things up and running all at the same time. And it feels like you're one of those plate spinners that is spinning like a dozen plates at the same time. And by the time you're done setting up the next plate, the first plate is now spinning slower and slower and slower, and it's just about to fall down. So you have to go back and try to spin that, and then the next one falls down. So what happens is you're overwhelmed, you're overworked, and you're running around like a chicken with its head cut off, trying to make sense of it all. This checklist is designed to give you clarity. It is designed to make sure that any time you even think about creating an affiliate campaign that's going to make you thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, to make sure this process is very simple and straightforward. So you have exact steps you must take, exact questions you need to answer, exact things to cross off your to-do list every single day in order to make this campaign successful. Now, I've included all the elements of creating a successful campaign, all the elements that always work for me. In the last several years, as long as I've used these elements in my campaigns, whether for my own products or for other people's products, I've always made money. Sometimes I made less, sometimes I made more. It, depended on the offer, it depended on the message to market match as well. But I've never had a campaign that completely failed, and I always walked away at least several $1,000s richer than I started. Now, another great thing about these is that this structure allows you to create automation. So when you run this campaign, as long as the affiliate offer you're promoting does not disappear or does not close at some point, you can incorporate this into your email sequence, and anytime anyone joins your list, anytime anyone signs up on your list, or anytime anyone becomes a citizen of your so-called marketing world, you will be able to drip this sequence into their inbox and collect profits on autopilot, just like I do every single time I create a winning campaign. Now, just so you understand, a winning campaign for me is a campaign that produces at least $10,000 when I launch it. If I develop this campaign and it hits that mark, I usually take everything I've done and I incorporate it as it is into my email sequence. You'll see exactly why it's possible, exactly why it's very easy to do. And what I would like to do next is I'd like to walk you through each and every element. I would like for you to take lots and lots of notes, because even though this checklist is designed to simplify things for you, and as soon as you're familiar with it, it will be very simple to understand. If you're going through this for the very first time, and if you're brand new to marketing, it can be a little bit overwhelming, which is why I went into the nitty-gritty of every component, not leaving anything to chance. Another thing for you to remember is that in this checklist, I am not including any links to any particular tools. I am not explaining how to build anything out technically. We'll leave that for later. This is just so you understand the strategy, so you have the bird's eye view of the entire campaign, and so you know when you wake up in the morning, okay, I have to do A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and by the time I'm done with all this, I'll have a complete campaign that I will be able to use. The first component is your offer. So let's go ahead and open this up real quick. Now, I've designed this particular part of the checklist in terms of questions, because this is mostly about your ability to recognize a good offer when you see one, and your ability to come up with the necessary marketing material, with the marketing fodder, if you will, to actually promote it to your list. The first question to ask is unique selling proposition attractive for my market? So if you have a list of people who are used to buying or used to downloading WordPress plugins, which means they have their own blogs, for example, then if you're promoting a program that is designed for people who want to make money on Instagram, you have to recognize, okay, will this connect with my market? For example, my list is mostly made of people who buy paid traffic and who don't really appreciate Instagram as a traffic source, because that's one of the messages that I send out to my list. One of the core messages that I market to my list is, okay, social media traffic is not effective, paid traffic is way more effective. So obviously, if I have a unique selling proposition that's all about how to make money on Instagram, I will probably not take on that product to promote, because there's a disconnect there. So you always want to make sure you're looking for the connection point. You need at least one connection point. You can also spin this and say, okay, Igor, but you are teaching traffic. So you could come out and say, even though you don't necessarily believe that Instagram is the best way to drive traffic, if anyone on your list wants to drive traffic for free from social media, then at the very least you can point them to the person or product or solution that gives them the highest chance of achieving that goal. Yes, and you will be right to say that. It's just I personally will not do it because it contradicts with my belief system. But you can actually spin it both ways. So this is just the first lesson for you, that it's all about the frame. We're going to be talking about frames in just a few minutes. The second one is, would I recommend it to my mother? Now, this is important because I want you to feel, whenever you choose a program to promote, I really want you to feel that you are promoting something that actually helps people and something you're not embarrassed to put your name on. If you are, you will never market it to the highest possible extent that you could. Therefore, it is critical that you ask yourself this question. You look at that sales page, you get that product yourself, even if you have to buy it with your own money, which is actually a good practice for affiliate marketers, and you ask yourself, would I recommend it to my mother? And, obviously, if my mother was trying to solve that particular problem, and if the answer is yes, then you may proceed. If the answer is no, ask yourself why and see how you can change that, if at all. If not, choose a different program to promote. Third question is, what problem is it solving for my customers? And I want you to literally list out what that problem may be. Are you helping people get traffic? Are you helping people get more freedom in their life? Are you helping people automate some nasty day-to-day activity they hate? Are you helping people overcome an issue of some kind? If so, what that issue is. You want to clearly list all the problems that you're helping people with that program, because people buy programs to achieve solutions, right? People buy programs to solve their problems, and they're usually buying things like time, money, freedom, recognition, respect, legacy. Of course, this is getting deeper than this checklist needs to go, but when you're sitting down and you're recognizing exactly what you're marketing, it is going to be very, very good for you to recognize these things, because it will make the job of marketing the program so much easier, as well as the job of creating the bonuses for the program, limiting the scarcity to it as well. Is going to be much, much easier for you. Now, the fourth one is, can I create a case study of using this product myself? Now, if you can, this will greatly benefit your promotion. My good friend Andrei Shepron once created a case study of using a program that taught how to get traffic, or how to get sales for a program, or how to create products or something like that. And he actually, when he created that and promoted to his list of about 7,000 people, he made EPCs of like $120 or $150 per customer. So the case study, by the way, just to understand, $150 per click, not per customer, per click, is actually about 100 times more, or maybe even 150 times more than what most affiliates would consider to be an amazing earning per click. So I'm not saying that just because of that case study. Obviously, Andrei's list was very, very potent, and he didn't do too many affiliate promotions, so it was fresh on his list. What I can tell you is that the case study helped, because his people, his market, was able to witness how Andrei himself is using the program, is benefiting from the program, and was able to conceive the idea of using the program themselves. So if you can ever show a case study of you yourself using this program, then absolutely by all means do it and record yourself while you do it. To record yourself, if you're on Mac, you can use a program I'm using, ScreenFlow, or you can use something like Camtasia if you're in Windows. Who else is selling similar successfully, and what are they doing? Now, I don't really know or care what market you're in. If you're selling a program that converts, it means that there's other programs just like it that convert as well. In other words, it is rare for you to sell something that was never done before. Most of the time, you will be offering products and services that are similar to other products and services currently on sale in the marketplace. And if that's the case, find the best sellers out there and see how are they selling it successfully. Go out there, get on the email lists of other super affiliates and see the angles they're using in their videos, see the kind of emails they write out, see what kind of bonuses they're giving away. I want you to quite literally spy on your competitors and see what they're doing. By doing so, you will avoid one of the biggest obstacles on the way to your success, and that is trying to be creative and coming up with new things and new angles to promote something that may have been promoted before, which is a challenge for most people because most people are not creative thinkers. They're really not. So if you're not a creative thinker, then go ahead and do this exercise. You will benefit from it. Who else is selling similar unsuccessfully? Why are they failing? Now, this is not a great question, and it is important for you to go out there and find the people who sell the same thing, who promote this program or programs just like it, but do it poorly and don't make sales. The reason you want to do that is because whatever they're doing is not working, and you would want to at least pinpoint the things that you feel are contributing to their failure rate. Okay? Again, this is really important because we need to know what to do just as much as we need to know what not to do when it comes to marketing. What are the 7 strongest benefits of my offer? Now, this exercise involves you to simply go into the sales page of the product you're going to be promoting and listing out the 7 biggest benefits of the entire offer. Now, usually the author of the program or the creator of the program has already done this job for you by creating the bullet point list on the sales page, but you can also, and you should also, go over all the headlines, the order form, everything you can on that page to find out what are some of the strongest benefits that you can talk about in your marketing. So the strongest benefit, of course, should be in the headline of the offer. The second strongest one you will find in the bullet point section, because bullet points are nothing but small headlines when it comes to marketing. What would make it more attractive? So the one thing we'll have to admit as affiliate marketers is that no program is ever perfect. So you always want to ask yourself, how can this program be better? How can this program be improved? How can I make this a better program for my people? And we will use this information in the bonus creation section, because you will then identify how you can improve it, how you can make it a complete no-brainer for your customers, giving them a reason to buy it from you and not from someone else. Who is the product creator? The reason we want to know that is because oftentimes in this industry, and especially I would say in the internet marketing space, people don't buy programs just because of the programs themselves. They're also buying other people. What this means is that if the exact same program is now released by 2 people, say one of them is Frank Kern and the other one is Joe Blow, because Frank Kern is a well-known guru with a well-known reputation for delivering high-quality programs, while Joe Blow is a nobody, then when Frank Kern releases the exact same program, with the exact same name, with the exact same benefits at the exact same price, it is likely that Frank Kern is going to get really, really good feedback and people will buy from him, while Joe Blow is not going to get any sales. That is why if the creator of the program is famous, or maybe he's not famous yet, but he's got things going on for them, then what you want to do is you definitely want to sell the creator of the program as well as you're selling the program. So you definitely want to list out the things you can talk about in your emails, your videos, your promotions that relate to the creator of the program, and not just the product itself. Again, this is really, really important. For example, when I was running the promotion for Michael Cheney's seven-figure franchise, what I've done is I've created a whole thing, a whole bridge page, a whole angle around Michael, and not about his system. I was talking about how Michael lives the laptop lifestyle, working just 4 hours a day, cycling full time, and becoming a professional cyclist while making $1 million a year. Now, this is an impressive achievement, and it doesn't talk about the product. It only talks about Michael and the life he's living, but that message has resonated with my email list so much that I ended up grossing about $200,000 in the promotion and pocketing over $100,000 in commissions. So it is really, really powerful. This concept alone is very powerful. What are the upsells? Always ask the vendor what is the funnel, like how the funnel looks like, how many offers is in the funnel, how many upsells. The reason you want to know that is because first off, it determines your commissions, which is the next question. And the more offers in the funnel, the more the average customer value can be. But also because what if the upsell process is kind of bad? What if the upsell process upsells them with upsells your list with things they really need in the original package, but they're not included, right? So what if you offer a bonus to the original package but that's also being sold as an upsell, so there's a conflict? You definitely want to make sure that you recognize what the upsells are, understand their value, and also have the audacity, if you will, to encourage people to get the upsells. You can even present the whole funnel structure to your customers before they are presented with the opportunity to invest in the program, okay? And you can encourage them and say, okay, so upsell number one, I honestly don't feel this is necessary unless you're XYZ. But upsell number two, I think, will be beneficial to most people watching this video or buying this program, right? So you quite literally pinpoint exactly what you feel they should and shouldn't buy, and by doing so, again, you're giving them commands on what to do. So commissions obviously really depends on your appetite and your ambition, but for me, unless I know I can make at least $1,000 per customer when I go into promoting an affiliate program, I don't bother. Unless it's a recurring revenue program, and then I know that I can build it up over time. But usually I try to stick to high ticket programs. Now, if you're just getting started, I do not recommend the strategy because you need some wins behind your belt. You need to go in and promote some cheap products as well. And that's what I've done. I've succeeded. My first affiliate success was with cheap products. They were under 50 bucks. I was getting about 50 to 75% commission on those, and I just did my best. Sometimes I promoted really cheap programs, like $10 programs, maybe $20 programs, and it was just, I didn't make too much money, but at the time for me, that was a lot. And it allowed me to build up my confidence as an affiliate, as well as approach program creators and product vendors and say, hey, I am someone you should be paying attention to because here's my sales stats, and I know what I'm doing. So this concludes part number one, the first part of the email super affiliate checklist. Okay, hope you took lots of notes. Make sure to watch this video again because we went over lots of amazing concepts, and we're about to dive into the next part, which is the marketing of your entire campaign. Now, this will include your positioning, angles, frames, objections, a lot of interesting stuff. So I look forward to seeing you in the next one.